Good afternoon. Today we are correcting PO60 and we are really going through our objective and the corrections to make sure we truly understand it, because this is what all of the future math is based on. So we need to really understand all of the different terms, vocabulary words, I should say, because one of them is a term. And now we are just getting started with how we combine these terms. James.
For the 8n plus 6, I did 6 plus 8n.
Right, and we had met and asked about that. Remember, 6 plus 16 is 22, 22 or 16 plus 6 is 22. It doesn't matter which way we put it, it was still correct. The big thing we needed to remember was that when we box those constants, we look at the positives and negatives. Are we adding or subtracting? So let's look at our next one over here. We're circling our coefficients. We circled the 2. We circled the plus 9. We circled the minus 13. We have one constant that is plus 13. So since there's only one constant, that's the first thing I do is I just bring that down. I know it's going to be plus 13. Then I'm going to look and say, oh, I have 3 y's. That 2 is a positive 2. 2 plus 9 is 11. 11 minus 13 is what? Negative 3. Negative 2. 11 minus 13 is negative 2y. Give me a show of thumbs. How many of us got negative 2y plus 13? Thumbs down if you did not. Oh. No, we didn't do this one together, I don't think. If we did, we should all have a thumb up.
We did the first
one. We did this one together, so we should all have a thumbs up for this one. All right, let's look at the next one. I'm going to circle my coefficients. Positive 14, positive 8, positive 3. So they're all n's. There are no constants. So I'm just going to add all of those together because they are all positive. 14 plus 8 plus 3 is 25. And can we just put 25?
No.
Why not? Jude? You have to have the variable. Just like y equals mx plus b. If you forgot the x, it was wrong. This is important. You have to remember those variables. You have to remember your positives and negatives, pluses and minuses. Our next one, we're going to circle the coefficients. So I have that positive 20. I have a minus 3x, a minus 2n. Those are coefficients. Then I have my constants. Constants plus 3 minus 5. So what are my like terms that I can combine? I see I have an n here and an n here. So 20 minus 2 is 18n. There are no other x's. So that is a minus 3x. And then I have plus 13 minus 5. 13 minus 5 is 8. Show me your thumbs. How many got 18n minus 3x plus 8? Thumbs down if you did not. And it's okay to do a thumbs down. I'm doing this. So there are a few of us that missed those minuses. You have to, I'm guessing that's where we went wrong. Or maybe we combined variables, but n and x are 2 different variables. You cannot combine the lamp and the bed. They're different. N and x are different. Is there anybody who has the thumbs down that wants me to go through it a little bit slower? Or do we understand it now? So show me with your thumbs how many of you understand why it's 18n minus 3x plus 8. Give me a thumbs up if you understand it. So I see a lot of people not paying attention. You're understanding it? All right, thumbs down. Yes.
I was wondering, negative 3x plus 18 and plus 8.
So again, 6 plus 16 is 22. 16 plus 6 is 22. So if you would put the negative 3x first, and then the positive 18n, and then the plus 8, as long as you've got that negative 3x instead of minus 3x, it's the exact same thing.
Okay.
All right, our next one, coefficients are negative 4, positive 8. Constants are positive 5, minus 10. So negative 4x plus 8x gives me 4x. 5 minus 10 gives me 4x minus 5. Is there anybody who needs me to go over that? Go ahead. All right, next one. We've got a positive 8, positive 4, negative 6, negative 2 for our coefficients. We have a plus 11 as our constant. I'm going to combine my x's. I've got an 8x and a minus 6x and a minus 2x. So 8 minus 6 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Do I need to put a 0x? Why not, Claire?
Because it doesn't really actually. That was my question. Is it okay if we did have that way, like you take things off?
I had x plus 4y.
Oh, you can't have x plus 4y because it's a 0x. If you put 0x, because 8 minus 6 minus 2 is 0, I wouldn't mark it wrong. But if you put just x, you're saying it's 1x. Big difference, right? So you can't, that's a great question. You cannot put just an x when it's 0x, because 0 times a number is 0. Do we have to write 0x? Nope. You cannot put it, just like with y equals mx plus b. If b was 0, that y-intercept was at the origin, we didn't put plus 0. You don't have to put 0x. Would I mark it wrong? No. Is it proper math? No. But at least you know it's 0x. Big difference than just x. So then we have 4y, no other y's. And we have plus 11. So you could have had 0x plus 4y plus 11, or you could have had 4y plus 11. Either one would be the same answer. What's your question, Gabe? Which one are you questioning? So if we did 8x minus 6x minus 2x, we got 0x. There's no other y's and no other constants. So we just brought those down because we didn't have to combine anything with them. Damien.
On the test, if the answer was 1x, could you just put x?
Yes.
Okay.
Proper math, you wouldn't put a 1 in front of it. You would just put x because we know that that coefficient would be a 1. All right, next one. We've got negative 12n, positive 3n, negative 2n, minus 2n. So negative 12 plus 3 is negative 9. Negative 9 minus 2 gives me a negative 11n. Only constant is minus 7. Give me a thumbs up if you got a negative 11n minus 7. Thumbs down if you did not. So, anybody willing to share where we went wrong? Because some of us have thumbs down. Was it paying attention to the negative minus signs? Or were we combining the wrong terms? Asher, can you share where you went wrong?
I was just looking at this.
What did you get for your answer? I could probably figure out what you did.
Negative 7 and minus 7.
So you got the minus 7. You knew the constant didn't combine with anything. You were having a hard time combining your negative numbers. So I think instead of going, because we were at -9, so -12 plus 3 gave us the -9. Instead of subtracting 2, you added 2. So it's working with those negative numbers, and that is a common mistake for everybody in pre-algebra. Even for Rosa in whatever she's in college, people have mistakes with those negative numbers. Remembering that if we're subtracting on that number line, we're going to the left. So we really want to pay attention and catch those little mistakes working with those negative numbers. Okay, so there's a difference when we're at -9 and -11 and -7. Which way do I go? If it helps you, if you start seeing, oh, I'm having a hard time with these negative numbers, draw a number line on your paper. And tell yourself, if I'm subtracting, I'm going to the left. If I'm adding, I'm going to the right. Nothing wrong with putting that on your paper as a little help sheet. Reminding ourselves how to add and subtract with negatives. Because a lot of people make this common mistake. Last one on the front page. We've got the positive 4x, positive 2x, a -3x. We've got a -7y, a positive 3y, and one constant of -9. Since I know there's only one constant of -9, I'm going to put that at the end. Okay? I always put the constants at the end. That's the proper math way. So I put the -9 right away. So I've got an x first here, so I'm going to combine all of my x's. So 4x minus 4x plus 2x minus 3x. 4 plus 2 is 6, minus 3 is a positive 3x. Then I have the -7y and a positive 13y. So -7 plus 13 gives me the positive 6y. So plus 6y. Kaylin.
I have plus 20 because
Yep, we have to be careful. So when we're circling that coefficient, we want to make sure that we're circling that operation. So we know that -7y is really -7.
I had the same thing except I put some -20. Yeah, because I didn't see the minus.
Yep. Common mistake. Damien.
On the test, will it ask us to do the box circles and
No.
underlines?
The box circles and underlines are to help you see what you're supposed to combine. Because some people accidentally combine unlike terms. It's also to help you get in the habit of connecting that minus with the number. All right, now we've got the distributive property. So remember, we are multiplying through that term that's on the outside. Multiply it through. So when it says show how you are distributing, and I said, you need to show me what you are multiplying. A lot of us forgot to show it, and a lot of us forgot to do it. You take the number on the outside and you multiply it to everything inside the parentheses. So 8 times n is 8n. 8 times 7 is 56, and it is a plus because they are all positives. Here we have 10 times n, positive 10 times 5, positive 5, positive 50. 6 times 2n becomes 12n. 6 times -4 becomes a -24. And the last one on this row, -5 times 3n is a -15n. -5 times a -11 becomes a positive 55. Because a negative times a negative is a positive. Claire.
I randomly just put down -15 and minus -55. which would end up being a positive, but I don't know how
So what you did, you did negative 5 times positive 3 is the negative 15n. And you said, okay, I'm subtracting negative 5 times the positive 11.
it's still
It does mean the same.
but
I would probably not mark it wrong on the
Okay.
test, but get in the habit of paying attention to that operation.
I don't think I did that.
How'd you do on it?
I did it.
Open. Kaylin,
Oh, I forgot to multiply negative 5 times 3 on, do that one on all of them, because I thought it was just.
so remember what we put on there, you have to multiply through to everything. So that's why we're going through it again, to catch those mistakes. Grayson,
The last one on the top row, somehow I got negative 13n plus 165.
so I think, because 55 times 3 is 165. So you multiplied the 5 through, and then you multiplied the 3 through.
Oh.
So just be careful, we're only multiplying what's on the outside of the parentheses. Lately,
So I get what I did wrong here, but on the second to last one on the top row,
Uh-huh.
I forgot to multiply this times -4,
Uh-huh.
so I just put -4.
Yep, and you are not the only one to do that. We have to remember that distributive, in order to get rid of the parentheses, you have to multiply what's outside through everything. All right, bottom row, negative 9 times negative 4 is a positive 36n. Negative 9 times a positive 9 is a negative 81. 2 times 3n is 6n. 2 times negative 10 is a negative 20. Now, for this one, I went over this one in class. This 2n is not outside of that parentheses. We do parentheses first in parentheses, so I'm not going to worry about that 2n to start. I'm going to take care of my parentheses first. Positive 8 times the negative 2n is a negative 16n. Positive 8 times the negative 7 is a negative 56. And then I bring that 2n down. I am not done yet. I have more simplifying to do. I have 2n and minus 16n. I combine those to be the negative 14n minus my 56. We did that one together. Let's look at our next one that you had to do by yourself. First thing we do is the parentheses, keeping in mind it's not a positive 3, it's a negative 3. Minus 3 is negative 3. So negative 3 times 4n is a negative 12n. Negative 3 times negative 5 makes it a positive 15. And then I bring down that 6. So I have 6 minus 12n plus 15. I'm going to combine my two constants. 6 plus 15, that's how I got that plus 21. And I bring down that negative 12n.
Would you get it wrong if you didn't have that?
If you didn't have what?
If you didn't fully simplify it, I had.
Wait, hold on. Would you get it wrong if you don't fully simplify? Simplify, simplify, simplify. Jude.
I was looking over at the other one and then I saw 16 to 14, so I thought you subtracted. So, but I realized it's just because it's negative.
I'm glad you found that mistake. Lauren. You accidentally combined these two. So we always have to look what our like terms are. So the constants we wanted to combine here, there were no other n's, so that stayed the same. So always look at your common terms. Can't combine the lamp with the bed. Okay.
That makes so much sense.
All right, how are we feeling on the top now? Show of thumbs.
Like
Okay. Let's look at the bottom. I'm gonna go through the answers and we're gonna see if you can find your mistakes, if you made any mistakes. So let's look at our answers down here. We have 12n minus 6n, 8n plus 23. Oh, I've got friends not paying attention. Dang it. Be working on it. Use your time wisely. Again, 12n minus 6n, 8n plus 23 minus 2n, negative 2n minus 13. Show of thumbs, how'd you do on that top row?
I got one wrong.
Okay, some of us are like, ooh, I messed up on one, or I really kind of bombed it. Addie, use your time wisely and try working them out. Not copying, but actually working it out. Anyone that you want me to go over how I got what I got if you're not sure based on what we just did. Owen. All right, so I'm going to combine my variables first. So negative 3n plus 1n gives me a negative 2n. Negative 6 minus 7.
I got equal
Negative 6 minus
I got negative
Hold on, friends. Negative 6 on the number line. Working with negative numbers. Which way do we go when we subtract?
left.
Subtraction goes to the left. Adding goes to the right. So we are subtracting 7. So we are going to the left on that number line 7 times. And why do I say don't use the calculator working with negative numbers? Because kids always put it in wrong. It happens all the time, Gabe. So Gabe, instead of trying to figure out how to use the calculator, figure out how to do it in your head correctly. Keelan, I'm asking him to do it with his head, not trying to figure out the calculator right now. Because you will not always have a calculator accessible to you. So we have to know when we are subtracting from a negative number, we're going to the left on that number line.
I see where I went wrong. I calculated negative 6 minus negative 7. It's supposed to be negative 6 minus 7.
Yes, because otherwise you'd be adding a positive. Any other questions on the top row? Lauren? When I explained what? This was just doing what everything on the top. So this is just putting together what we did on the front page and what we did on the top page. We're just putting it together. Did you have a hard time with any of those in the top row there? Do you understand where you get from? That's what we're going through. So because I'm just coming closer so I'm not across the room to you and I can hear you better. Because some of us did it wrong, but now we can understand our mistakes. I'm not going to do every single one in your note, but if you can't understand your mistake, raise your hand and we can go through it so we can see where the mistake was. All right, second row.
I got the second row done.
5n plus 15, negative 6n plus 27, negative 50n minus 80, negative 4n plus 12. Show of thumbs there. How'd we do?
Yay.
Did you get them right? Did you get some wrong?
I got them all right.
Okay, thumbs down. Raise your hand if there's one that you cannot figure out where you went wrong. Owen. So, negative around parentheses. So what number would that be? Emerson? It's a 1. So we're going to multiply a negative 1 through the parentheses. Negative 1 times 4n is a negative 4n. Negative 1 times a negative 12 gives us the positive 12.
I
I wrote -12 instead of positive.
Because you have to remember, negative times a negative is a positive. Olivia, please stop with the talking.
I don't know how, but I got -16.
I think you added the 4 and the 12. But it's a 4n. Can we combine an n with a constant? Can't combine a lamp with a bed. So we have to always look to see if they are like terms. You cannot combine unlike terms. Any other one to go through? Bottom row. We have 12n plus 12, 3n minus 6, 26n minus 56, and negative 10n plus 40. Which ones can I go over here? Addie, can you go over the first one? Let me let it readjust. Hopefully soon. Okay. First thing I take care of is the parentheses. So 4 times n is 4n. 4 times 3 is positive 3, so it's a positive 12. So I've got 4n plus 12, and I bring down that plus 8n because that was outside the parentheses. Now I'm going to combine like terms. I see there's a 4n and a plus 8n. So 4n plus 8n gives me a 12n. And that positive 12, there's only one constant, so that stays the same. And the other ones to go over on this line. Olivia. Second, third, or fourth?
Third. I got 24 plus 56.
Did you get 24 or 24n?
Oh, 24n.
Variables matter. I think, did you have 12n plus 14n? Or did you not write down that part? So this is why we should show our work. Okay, that's why I do it. That's why Mr. Schultz does it. So we don't make those mistakes. I'm guessing you might have multiplied wrong there, or you added wrong here.
I probably multiplied wrong.
Claire G. Claire G.
Never mind.
Henry.
For numbers 2 and 4, I had -6 plus 3n. Would that be still be right?
16 plus 6 is 22. 6 plus 16 is 22. It doesn't matter.
Okay, and I had 40 minus 10.
Same thing. Okay, if you flip-flop the order, it's fine. All right, now that we've gone through it, show me your thumbs. How are you feeling about this?
Thumbs up. I only got like 3 bucks.
Kyle, thumbs? How are you feeling about this now that we went through it? Okay, I just didn't see you were hiding your thumb behind Matthew. Rowan, how are you feeling? I don't see your thumb. How are you feeling? It's okay if you're shaky. Okay, you can show me a shaky if you're not sure. That's honest. This is why I'm asking about this. So, oh shoot, Madden's gone already, so he will get this tomorrow. What we are going to do now, instead of doing the next objective, is I have a work page that we're going to do. That's the same kind of math. And you're going to bring it to me to get it checked off when you have it done. You are not, oh wait. You are not going to rush through it. Peyton, you are going to take your time. You are going to pay attention to the like terms, that you're not combining unlike terms. You are going to pay attention to if it's a minus and negatives. Okay, so really pay attention to them. So we are doing it correctly. You're going to bring it up. I'm going to check it off. And everyone that I circle, you're going to go back and you're going to keep trying till we can get them right. If you're watching this at home and you still have questions, please come see me. And if you are not in class today, make sure you get the worksheet that I am passing out. We hope you're well. Have a wonderful day.